So tell us about technical theater.
Well, technical theater is anything involved with putting on a play that is not like the acting. So it's all the back scene stuff, all the backstage stuff. So it's building the scenery, it's programming the lights, it's getting the sound system set up. So some of it is building beforehand, and then some of it is doing stuff during the actual play. You gotta lift the curtains, you gotta turn the lights on, you gotta turn them off, you gotta make sure all the microphones are working. So it's all this stuff that gets you involved, but doesn't necessarily at all involve acting.
So it's not just set building, they can go for makeup as well, they can help dress and stuff like that for all the cast members?
Yep, obviously, yeah. And as a carpenter, I kind of tend to think about the carpentry stuff. But yeah, we're going to need people to like help figure out and make the costumes, and then like during the play, we need, before the play, we need people to like help get the people into the costumes, help put on the makeup, all that sort of stuff. In addition to like running the sound during the play. So there's sort of like before tech getting ready. There's tech that's before the play getting ready, and then there's tech that's during the show. And I think one of the things to keep in mind is like, you get a lot of the same stuff out of it as you do from being on stage without being on stage. So if you build something, it's really cool to see what you build be up on stage. It's really cool to like run the lights or run the sound during the play. Like you're contributing, you're part of the performance, even though you're not on stage. So you get to kind of hang out backstage, do that sort of stuff. And it's really super important. There's no play without you, but you still don't have to be in the spotlight.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Dr. Schott.
Sure, my pleasure.
What type of students are you looking for to do the technical theater side of this play?
One of the things I love about technical theater is that anybody can do it. You don't need any special skills. You don't have to know how to paint. You don't have to know how to build. You can just come. We'll teach you what it is that we need you to do, and then once you kind of know some of the basic skills, then you can do some creative stuff and some improvising on your own. So it's really great when people like juniors or seniors find out about technical theater. They're like, wow, this is really cool. But it's also great when freshmen show up and start learning those skills, but so that by the time they're juniors and seniors, they've got really great skills and can like be leaders and teach the younger kids.
Varsity head coach is Joe Williams. The team this year has a total of 18 meets. They have 14 weight classes with only 10 students on the varsity lineup. This includes freshmen, sophomores, and 1 senior. Practices are from 6:30 to 8:15 a.m. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And then practices after schools for those days are 4:15 to 6:30. Practices on Friday are after school from 4:15 to 6:30. They have wrestling meets on Thursdays.
In the lower right corner, you can just see kind of the side profile of her face, but this is Kristen Necessary. She had an exhibition at Public Space 1 back in 2011 and was...
The goal of MLK Month is to give students the opportunity to connect directly with the Iowa City Community School District's mission of cultural inclusion, cultural understanding, and diversity. Liberty wants students to continue to grow our Bolts community around the B for belonging. This year, for MLK Focus Month, guest speakers will attend Liberty throughout the month of January, and some will speak in the spring. They will focus on implementing the belonging piece of the Bolts Matrix in the students' daily lives. There will be 1 full school learning experience with a guest speaker on January 24th.
What is SIGHT? SIGHT is a student group, like a club. It started out at West High. One of the assistant principals who was at West High a couple years ago started the club. And it was supposed to be for students who, not struggling students in classrooms, or students who just wanted more knowledge and education about certain topics and certain things, and also as a way to motivate students to succeed in school and think about 4-year colleges and kind of move forward. We changed it up a little bit when we came to Liberty. Some of the students who were in SIGHT at West High wanted to start a SIGHT group here at Liberty, and so we did that. But we changed our ground ideals and stuff to where it was more in also encouraging students to succeed in school and encourage students to think about 4-year colleges and think about their future forward, but it also was a group to get students to build on topics of diversity, topics of inclusion, topics of equity, and start thinking about just how they can embrace that, but also spread that throughout the school. And so it means students in support for inclusion, knowledge, equity, and diversity.